Jack, this running a country business is way tougher than I thought. I thought it'd just be smooth sailing like it was with me and Barack, but I gotta turn this train around fast, or I don't even know what will happen. Jill, I'm gonna go to bed, honey. I need to grab my meds first. Hunter! Hunter! What was in that? Ugh. Ugh.
Just check numbers.
They finally found me. Ruski Diaru Niti.
I have the, and you're right about
No,
that.
it was I, Plato, the ghost of government's past.
I have the email.
It's been a while for me, Jack. I got that Pennsylvania education.
I'm one of the most significant philosophers of all time. I've heard your pleas for guidance, and I'm here to help, as long as you listen.
Thanks, Jack.
I'm here to set you on the path to leading your country to greatness.
What?
Well, you see, Socrates just got poisoned.
Who? Socrates?
Yep, he's being executed for corruption of youth. Real shame. Student of his, Crito, organized a way to break him out, send him away to live the rest of his life in exile. Socrates didn't want to.
Why not? If I had a chance for a pardon.
Well, he knew he made the choice to live where they didn't like his talk.
And?
Well, he knew the risk, so it's just for him to accept.
Well, isn't maintaining a corrupt system still corrupt?
See, the system is not inherently corrupt. It is simply the government officials that hated Socrates' questions that are corrupt. But even still, it is vital to abide by the laws of one state. Without justice, there is no structure, and the whole thing falls apart.
Oh, so he's not lying down and accepting it. He's doing his part to maintain justice. I think I get it. But Socrates, he's a smart guy. He would have moved somewhere else or started a revolution. They didn't have a say in living here where the government officials are corrupt. So how does that make sense?
But they did. Socrates, like most everyone in Athens, lived and was raised here. He was born, educated, fed, and protected, directly or indirectly, by the state of Athens. He enjoyed the luxuries of being an Athenian, so in return he implied his obedience. Simply by living here, Socrates accepted the laws of the state in the current form. Sure, he would have protested and fought for changing the system, but he didn't. If Socrates decided to escape, you know what that signified? It would show everyone in Athens that some people are above penalty, above criminal justice, above the law. If the law doesn't apply to some, why must it apply to all? It would become anarchy. No one would accept law of punishment. Therefore, Socrates is teaching Athens and you an important lesson.
Well, okay. So I just have to make sure that everyone's just under law and everyone has to follow it. No more pardons, I guess. That citizens implicitly consent to the laws of their state by living there and enjoying the opportunities that their state offers, and that laws must remain, even if the system is corrupt, or else the state will never be able to be stable.
Well, what if people don't know the system is corrupt? Let me introduce you to...
Whoa, Jack, who are those folks?
Those are the bronze citizens. They're one of three classes of people.
3 of them? Like broke, middle class, and Republican?
Not exactly. See, a government needs three classes of people in order to run effectively. First, you have your bronze and iron class. They're your laymen, your civvies, your producers. They are there to be controlled. Then you have your silver class. Imagine this is your military and those that enforce the law. We call these folks your auxiliary. Then there's the golden class. Imagine this to be your billionaires, politicians, or your billionaire politicians. These are the top dogs of your society, and they develop the legislation of your kingdom.
My kingdom?
Yes, you see, an ideal republic is structured similarly to how your soul is structured.
But how might my soul be structured?
Well, most importantly, your soul is ruled by rationality, the desire to make the most beneficial decision for the soul. A state must be ruled the same way, with a central leader making the best decisions for his state. These decisions include structuring the social hierarchy.
Whoa, 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 hold it right there. I am the President of America, the land of the free. My state was not founded on the prospect of slavery, it was founded on the prospect of freedom. The citizens of the U.S. will not be restricted into these rigid social classes.
Ah, but they must. You see, the state prospers when each person plays their part. Some people, regardless of their dreams and desires, are better suited for some jobs. Some people fulfill the spirit parts of the soul by providing military and law enforcement due to their inherent strength. Most will fulfill the appetite by providing resources and materials. These are your farmers, factory workers, craftsmen, anyone who provides goods and resources to the market of the society.
This sounds like communism.
Communism? I'm unfamiliar. My student, Sleeping Joe. I'm simply providing the ideal instructions in constructing a state. Have you considered that the citizens need to be suppressed?
Huh?
Let me ask you this. Are humans good or evil?
Well, geez, that's a good question.
This is the Ring of Gyges. It represents all humanical evil. And when I put it on, this ring shows that any normal man with any unlimited power will do evil. He will have no source of good in his will. He will do absolutely anything that he wants and desires. He does not care about his needs, only his wants.
I see. So the people must be bound somewhat.
This ring, a normal shepherd, one of your bronze citizens, have you, took this, and when he put it on, found that he had unlimited power, turned him invisible. He knew he could do anything now. So, what would you think he did with this? Well, conquered his kingdom. He seduced the king's wives and took over.
So this is kind of what you said earlier, how the people are bound to oblige to the laws of their state even if they don't agree. So, kind of like the CIA, I kind of have to keep people in the dark about that. So you think that, I kind of got to keep the people in the dark about other things, huh? Yeah, that makes sense. Huh. I guess I was chained up in that cellar at the bottom of this pizza restaurant.
Mamma mia! Joseph Robinette Biden? Is that a you?
Bill, is that you?
No, Giuseppe. It's a me, Machiavelli.
Are you gonna give me another commie rant? Any nice shop you got here, though? You got flapjacks here?
No, senor. Only pizza. Fue invento a pizza del Principe. You came just in time for la especial y lo sepa.
That sounds like Spanish to me, man.
Same thing. Guarda, the people are always looking to live a better life in a better state. They're quick to improve their conditions if the state begins lacking. They will be as animals and turn your state into anarchy if their needs and wants are not met. You must appease them, or make them feel appeased, mi amigo.
Sort of like that Plato fellow with his ring of Jesus. People take power into their own hands if given the ability to do so.
Exactamente! You see, just like in that cave, you gotta keep your citizens ignorant to all the horrible things you do for power. Gotta keep them happy so they don't rebel and hang you in Times Square. But just don't vote for you in the next primary. But either way, you wanna have absolute power. Like that previous ghost was saying, but none of them can know. You gotta keep the people in your favor, but under your control.
I can do that. Most politicians do that already. How do I make sure that people are still controlled if I don't have their support?
Scare them. Strike fear into their hearts by destroying your objectives. You cannot be a reasonable mi amigo. They might hate you. You're too cruel. So, be careful with your military.
I'm alive.
Like, oh yeah,
Look at them over there.
What?
Look at them, Joseph. Complete and utter fools, developed in a world of chaos and instability. They'll have no chance of living fulfilling lives.
Why does this matter?
Imagine your country, a world where no government controls the people. What will the people be able to do?
Anything.
No, dumbass! Don't you get it? They'll never get it, Joseph! They have only one source of motivation in this world. Survival. You have to take control. Now!
Why?
You can't just take away a man's freedom. It has to be voluntary. They have to realize the trade-off of freedom for protection and growth.
How do they give control?
You have to take control.
Through pleasurable agreement.
Sir?
Imagine the way these people feel about constantly keeping their backs to the wall. They will give anything for stability, even at the cost of total freedom. That's how desperate they are.
So this is sort of like the ring of Geiger and that Machiavelli fella said. So people they're naturally trying to better their circumstances, but instead of rebelling against the government, in this way they're accepting the government to better their circumstances. Huh. Yeah, I like the way that sounds. Complete power, absolute allegiance from the people, and finally get some things done around here.
I can turn my philosophy into policy.
I haven't got my bell run like that since '79.
Oh, they were just expressing their modest opinion of your ruling.
Oh, John Locke. I've been waiting for you, considering how you rode off of Hobbes' coattails.
See, my contemporaries have yet to discuss the one important thing of governance. You've learned a lot, Joe Biden, but there's one thing they've yet to discuss. The people.
But yeah, I love the people. I won the popular vote, so lay it on me, Jack.
Well, let's discuss nature. Rather, the state of being. It's introduced to you as a place of wrath, war, and conspiracy, but who's to say that man can't be reasonable?
Well, Hobbes said so. I think he made some pretty agreeable points. Why wouldn't people just want to kill each other in the state of nature? There's no compact or government that holds them.
Well, wouldn't these inherently social creatures want to form relationships? Wouldn't they realize that relationships and human interaction are necessary to survival? Better yet, what about insurance given this thought?
What, like a contract?
No, natural rights. A man has the right to life, liberty, and property. And those that infringe on the rights of another man must face the consequences.
But how can you assure that will happen in nature?
Exactly, Biden. Man will naturally form a commonwealth to conform with the idea of protecting his natural rights. So it's up to you.
Hell, sounds pretty good to me. People are happy and I get to rule them without a doubt of power. I get policy done and the people revel in my amazing work. Thanks, Jack.
Hold up, Joe. How are you to be held responsible and accountable?
What do you mean, Locke? You better not be proposing more of your pro-individual nonsense.
But Joe, shouldn't there be a balance of power here? You give them protection at the price of total freedom. I mean, you are a constituent of the people, Joe. But if you enact policy that only benefits you, policy that actively inhibits social growth and stability, that would inherently disadvantage the people, wouldn't it? What shall the people do to let them know that they need change?
Well, they could actively take a role in the process of...
No, Joe. They'll kill you.
Wait, what?
Now, the man that promises the ultimate protection must pay the ultimate price for the breakage of this promise.
Now hold up, Jack.
Man, stop calling me Jack.
Well, I heard you were looking for Jack. I'm Jack. Jean-Jacques Rousseau. You know, all this taking control stuff sounds a lot like commie malarkey.
Well, I guess you have a point, Jack. Your name's Jack.
Yep, I'm Jack, John Jack Rousseau, and I'm showing you the real American way to run a country.
Yeah, those last ghosts, they didn't seem very Western in their ideology.
Well, you see, the state of nature that we're talking about isn't so bad. It's less that everyone wants to kill each other and more that everyone's just relaxing. Sort of like when you get a brand new case of bud and you got to the front lawn and you see your neighbor Dale out on the front lawn with some bud. You guys both just doing your own thing, trying to survive your wife. Anyways, let's say Dale has Miller and you only have bud. Now, you go to the store and see they're all out of bud. I know. It's a nightmare, but let me continue. You can't deal with your life. You can't live without your beer. So you make an agreement with Dale for some Miller. And this is what forms communities. When one person can't live on their own without the help of others. Imagine you didn't have Dale for that beer. Your wife would be all in your business.
Different tax bracket, but I get what you mean. When someone without a government is living alone, it's harder for them to survive. Without agreement and help from others, they can live as a community.
Exactly.
Well, if there's no rules, why don't I steal Dale's Miller?
Well, 4th of July would be very boring if you didn't have his fireworks show, but other than that, that's where the sovereign comes in.
Sovereign?
Yep, when the people form together to make a community, they also form a sovereign. The sovereign acts independently to benefit the common general will of the people. So now, no one wants their beer stolen, the sovereign acts to protect them.
How does it do that?
Well, you see, they create laws that work best for the people who made it. So, for one example, maybe that anyone who steals Miller will be shot on sight. That's just one type of law, a criminal law. There are also fundamental laws, which describe the structure of the sovereign.
Oh, like the Constitution.
Exactly. There are also civil laws that dictate how people interact with the government. This be your Bill of Rights. Then also, the sovereign will control any moral or religious beliefs.
Well, who or what would be the sovereign?
Well, it's the perfect lawmaker. But that's nearly impossible. So the USA just uses good old elections to find common general will and candidates to represent that will. So your job is to follow the common general will.
Wait, so I just have to follow the common general will since we are the sovereign?
Yep.
Oh God, I've had so much to worry about policy, Jack. I forgot what day it is. I got a country to run. Oh my. Ah, sleep juice. Oh, Hunter. I really did learn a lot. Maybe all I have to do is follow that general will. Maybe that's all my job is. I don't think I have to be so Machiavellian or keep my people in the dark. I just have to follow what they wish. Boy, what day is it?
Why, sir, it's Christmas Eve.
I still have time.
Whoa. Merry Christmas.
And just like that, Joe Biden saved Christmas.
Can I have free healthcare, sir?
No.